My name is Mike Corrigan. I'm president of Manitoba Fly Fishers.
My name is Kelsey Bell. I am the publicity director for the Manitoba Fly Fishers Association.
I have been fly fishing for about 35 years.
I have been fly fishing for about 5 years. My partner introduced me to fly fishing. My first trip fly fishing was on a little stocked pond for bluegill, and he showed me how to cast the line, and we just caught bluegill.
My fly fishing experience, first one was in an old Lund canoe with my cheap Canadian Tire fly rod, and I was breaking the barbs off the hooks constantly in the trees. What draws me to fly fishing now is the challenge of catching as many species as I can. 4 years ago actually, I ended up getting 20 different species in Manitoba and northwestern Ontario, and another 10 in saltwater, so 30 species in 1 year on the fly rod.
I'm probably drawn to fly fishing for the challenge and the how much you have to do. So it's the only thing that can really take over my mind and get it off of work, school, all of it. There's so many things to think about, and there's a slight challenge to it, so that's what keeps me going.
For people who don't believe Manitoba is a fly fishing destination, you just have to get out and try it. We moved to Manitoba in 2014 after I was doing 2 trips a year to fish the parklands from Alberta. So a full day trip to fish the parklands. I was introduced to a species called tiger trout, and that was enough to tell me that this was a province worth considering when we were looking at retirement. Since then, my eyes have been open to the number of species available, but the catfish that are in this river as well. Manitoba has unlimited resources for fly anglers.
Okay, my favorite fly fishing story is my biggest cat. So my biggest channel cat on the fly was 37.5 inches. And before we could get a picture, I accidentally let go of the tail. So I panicked and dove into the water after it, grabbed the fish, got the picture, was soaked in the process, but it was worth it. So, yeah, favorite memory.
Most epic memory for me is fishing for the tigers in Twin Lake north of Roblin. Like I said, I'd come out twice a year to do that trip, and I had intended on fishing Patterson and the Carrick and all those ones, but I spent 10 days at Twin. I was so enthralled with those fish, how strong they were, but how beautiful they were. And that to me is one of the reasons why we moved to Manitoba. My wife would have other things to say about that, but it was, Twin Lakes is a gem in Manitoba that people in this province still don't know it's there.
Anyone looking for some information on fly fishing in Manitoba, the Manitoba Fly Fishers Association Facebook group is a really good resource. There's lots of conversation that goes on, anything from what rod to start with, what gear you might need, fly options, locations to go. Everyone's super supportive, so feel free to hop in on the conversation and ask some questions and see how it goes.
If you are looking at getting into fly fishing, probably the easiest way to get into it is to join the Manitoba Fly Fishers. We're a very sharing group that has got a lot of very creative tires, but it gets you up the learning curve very quickly if you can affiliate and associate with people who've been there, done that, and gotten through the anguish of trying to learn to fly cast.
I would recommend, if you've never had any experience fly fishing and you want to get into it, talk to people. Obviously the Manitoba Fly Fishers Association is a really good resource. There's a ton of members and everyone is super helpful, but talk to people, ask questions, look at videos. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because the community is super supportive and unbelievably friendly. I've had so much help and mentorship. It's been great. If anyone wants to find the Manitoba Fly Fishers Association, you can find us online at mffa.org. We're also on Instagram, MB_flyfishers, and we have a Facebook group. You're welcome to join, ask questions, see what's going on, and that is just Manitoba Fly Fishers Association on Facebook.